Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Let's put in some classy music here. Yeah, 1 second. Where is music at, man? We need to give you some music here. Background setting. You know me, I like my jazz. No. No. Okay, I can rock with this. I think I can rock with this today, yeah. Okay, I can rock with this. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at the comment section here. Boom. Petro spirits and their manifestation. 1 second. Hold on. So let's see what happens if I do this. If I change this light here. No. Should I do this? No. No, it's going to kill the lighting. No. Sorry. No. Keep it like that. Yes. This is definitely vibrant. If I turn this off, let's see. Keep it vibrant? No, this is realistic. Too much color kills the vibe. All right. Okay, this is much better. I like it like this. Okay, let me just turn this up real quick. Get me on TikTok. Yeah, get the TikTok viewers up in here too. Okay. Shut up. Fam Bekula. All right, you know what? This is too high up. That's much better. I need something that's lower. You know what? 1 second. I think I may have a solution. I'm coming right back. 1 second. This may be a solution here. I need something. Yeah, this is. I can rock with this. Oh, 1 second. What the fuck did I do to piece? Hold on. Okay, boom. People say they like the red room vibe, so we got the red back in from back in the day, right? So we just doing it a different way today. The red room. So we're back with the red room today. See, unfortunately, those I'm about to get into it. Hold on, I'm just setting up real quick because I know I got another audience here. They got to tune in to the show as well. Okay, boom. Let's see what my audience is on. Okay, what do we have here? Open Q&A. Open Q&A. Boom. Go live. Okay. About to get into your questions and answers. Give your responses, man. Okay. So listen. Our first question of the night. The question of the night is, I still haven't got a new chair. Sorry, guys. Hello. Tuning in for the night. So listen, my first question tonight. My first question for the night is, can I talk about petro spirits and their manifestation? Now, I don't know what people are talking about today, you know, because everybody get 1 second. So again, one thing a person has to understand is that time frames are very important, right? What era are you talking about, right? So I can only talk from my experience and what people from my generation, you know, saying what they used to go about, right? The petro spirits are hot spirits, right? There's some places they serve a whole category. That's what you would call a nation. Like, first and foremost, I want to make that clear. From my understanding in my time frame, petro was a nation, right? And that nation consists of a lot of aggressive spirits. Some can be spirits in Guinea, from the Guinea nation. And when they switched over into petro, they had a hot side. So you can say Guinea is the cool side, petro is the hot side. But petro spirits, you may find the Ezili from Guinea. When in petro form, she becomes a hot spirit. See, what it is truly is, how can I say this? The best analogy I can give you is Silent Hill, right? Oh, you actually caught alive. Happy you're here. Happy you caught alive. But yes, the best analogy that I can give to you guys is Silent Hill, right? Silent Hill, there's a part that said Alessa. I think the chick's name was Alessa. Alessa actually, when, Alessa, she was a kid in Silent Hill that split up into multiple forms, right? And some forms became very dark. Some forms became very innocent whatsoever, right? So that's how you can look at the petro. Like, petro is how can I say this? A fraction of that spirit, right? So you have the cool side that's in Guinea, and then some, I'm not even sure if I've even seen certain spirits get into the Guinea category because of their manifestation. See, one thing you got to understand is a lot of these categories, from my opinion, are artificial, right? Not to say that to be honest with you, there's no such thing as a petro category, right? If anything, that is a conceptual thing. That is something made for us to conceptualize. Human beings have created this to have some type of organization, right? To some type of order. Because if we're looking at everything without, let's just say, without order, we're going to be confused or we won't even know what we're dealing with. So it had to be some person to say, well, you know what? Let me put this into different categories. Like, there had to be someone to say, to give some clear understanding. We know if we work with this spirit, the reaction and the manifestation of this spirit, it's very aggressive. So we're going to make a chart. In this chart, we're going to have petro, and this is hot, and now we're going to have rada, and this is what this is, right? Because we need some understanding. What's that? Oh, thank you. Just sent the gift. Thank you for the gift. Hello, the Laser Light Show. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Star Trek. Yeah. So listen. That's what I'd say for that right there. Let me move this up real quick. Gun sent. We got a couple of questions up here. Hold on. Oh, we got a whole bunch of things going on. What's good? Life treating you well? Of course, fabulous. I can't complain. Life is definitely treating me good. I cannot complain. I am blessed. Okay, what is this? Question: for things you can't discuss here, is it possible all to ask them to put... Wait. For things you can't discuss here, is it possible to ask them as part of a paid lesson on the website? Well, I think you should message me before that to let me know what you will be asking, because before you do that, because it's like sometimes what happens when a person calls me up for what was this? Wait 1 second. Question discuss paid list on paid less on the website. I don't know. Do I believe Haiti can be saved? I have no opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? Haiti is, I don't know. It's crazy right now, man. Hold on. One second. But I would say message me first, because the thing is, I want to know what questions I'm going to be looking at, rather than, you paying and I have to refund you because I can't answer certain questions. I like to know, what is it that I'm going to be asked? What is it that I'm going to be asked? You know what I'm saying? One second. Hold on. One second. Hold on. I don't like these lens. These lenses are not my shit. Hold on. One second. These are so sporty. The business, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to get down to business, y'all. Yeah. We back to business, man. Yeah. I had to put my spectacular lens on, man. I feel comfortable with these lenses right here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We back to business. Yeah. Yeah. So do I think Haiti can ever be saved? I put like this. Maybe, but I don't got time to wait on Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on with the show, on with the program. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Somebody just asked me on TikTok, do I think Haiti can be saved? I don't got time to be waiting on Haiti, man. My grandmother waited on Haiti to get better. Haiti never got better. She went to her grave, you know what I'm saying? Never seeing Haiti ever again. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, mon cher, I don't got time to wait on Haiti. The band played on, you know what I'm saying? That's why, I have equipped myself, you know what I'm saying? Started learning Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Getting my Spanish together, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, if you part of Latin America, you should be able to speak Spanish. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, Haiti. So, the crazy thing is, but anyway, I'm not going to get into all that, man. Yeah, man. So being Caribbean, part of Latin America, I'm on some, you adjust yourself according to the culture you living in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world doesn't revolve around Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, that's how I see it. Adaptation is key to this, man. Nah, don't just be sitting there relying on Haiti and stuff like that, because Haiti to get better, more shit. My grandmother waited on it, my uncles waited on it, my mother's waited on it, my father waited on Haiti to get better, and it never did. You know what I'm saying? My father went to his grave believing in Haiti, you know what I'm saying? And what happened? Nothing. If anything, I'm glad my father passed on, because he wouldn't have to see the mess that Haiti's in today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't, listen, Haiti, no shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time to be waiting on Haiti, man. Haiti fini, man. Okay, let's see what we got going on here, yo. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. What we have here? Oh, whoa. I'm just scrolling through here. Wow, we got so many questions. Can you talk about gun sent down? I'm not too sure about gun sent down. I know some places they call it Anaïs Appier. If I'm correct, she's synonymous with Anaïs Appier. Question for things you can't discuss. Hello. My question is, what is this here? My question is, when you summon the intranquil spirit to help you, does the person have to trade places after death? Mon cher, I'm gonna tell you this. I've seen that so much from many people whatsoever. They've read so much things online. Please don't believe, what you hear online. The reality is this. The person writing that, they have not died. You know what I'm saying? They have not died. So how can they tell you? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, listen, I have yet to hear of anything like that. And I would say this. What's up, Boko? You look stunning as always. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I've yet to see, I've yet to hear that from my side of the world. That's something I usually read online and stuff like that. But so far, I've yet to experience that or hear that from the world that I'm from. Or at least the side that I'm from. What should you do if you serving spirits and don't see blessings? Should it work out or change spirits? No. My thing is this: do you even know what you're doing? Because some people have realistic expectations. Thank you for the gifts. There's people that have unrealistic expectations, for what they're doing because they lack education. And that's why I always say education is very important. I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that don't have education, so they have unexpected, beliefs about how this stuff works. What I'm saying? You get with a spirit, you think tomorrow you're gonna win $1 million. It don't work like that. Are you still doing readings? Whenever I get a chance to. I mean, you gotta, go on a website. But again, I hate doing readings. P2 is up and down. I don't know what that is all about. What do you say is the most powerful? Reversible. I'm not getting into all that, man. Okay. Could you touch on Congo Nation? Congo Nation. That's a nation. What is this? Simbi Andezo. The Simbi is one. Who else? La Reine Congo falls into that. I mean, those are the ones that I know of so far. But yeah, there's a whole list. I don't really deal with the Congo like that. That's not something that we were into whatsoever. But for me, it was just mainly petro and rada. Do you think if a Haitian practitioner tries to contact spirits outside of Haiti, like Hawaiian spirits, Moshe, etc., that it will be beneficial or applicable? Moshe, I'm gonna tell you, you gotta, have your own experience, man. And say maybe if you experience that, maybe you're gonna find something out for yourself. But I would say this, man. Moshe. Listen, you can do whatever you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say, man. The world is your oyster, man. What is this? Okay, what is this? Hey, Leonard, I wanted to ask, how can you get into voodoo? What? Mon cher, listen, someone asked me a question. How can they get into voodoo, right? Listen, for me, listen, here goes. Hey, Leonard, I wanted to ask you, how can I get started doing voodoo? I'm from New Orleans and African American, but I have my Haitian family bloodline. I mean, listen, that's it. Bro, let me tell you something. Bloodline is this. We're Haitian people, right? If your mother's not Haitian, your father's not Haitian, boy, you're not Haitian. You know what I'm saying? We don't care how long you talk about your bloodline goes back. Boy, if your mother's not your mother and father's not Haitian, you're not Haitian. Or if your mother or your father's not Haitian, you're not Haitian. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just joking with you, man. But I mean, historically, if you got that in bloodline, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is this: for people that are trying to get into it, they have their things, initiation whatsoever. See, I come from a different line of voodoo, right? That's like a private thing. That's like family. But from my knowledge, outside of what I know, outside of what I know, there's people that offer initiation. They offer consult whatsoever. They have whatever they call it. I don't know. Everybody got their own things or ways of doing things whatsoever. I really can't speak on other people, but I know there's definitely an initiation process, especially down in New Orleans. If you're down in New Orleans, you're definitely going to have access to that type of, you're going to have access to that. Flatbush has more Haitians than Haiti. It's always been that way. You know what I'm saying? Flatbush has always been that way. You know what I'm saying? Haitians have always populated Flatbush. Yeah. What we have here? When I was 15, I would stop randomly on the streets in Manhattan by. She had her mouth open and said I was. I'm not getting into all that. All right. Chanel D. Oh, hello. My show is on. Yeah, the laser light show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the laser light show. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Is there a heaven and hell in Vodou? I would say most people don't really talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they talk about Guinea whatsoever. A lot of people, don't really talk about that. That's not a common conversation. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people, it really depends on what your background is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they already come from the church. So they have some may even believe in the infernal realms, So it really depends, but it's not a conversation that you're really going to have in Vodou like that, Yeah. But it's not like a common conversation like, oh yeah, there's the inferno in Vodou whatsoever. It's not, we don't really talk about that. If anything, we talk about Guinea whatsoever. The infernal realms. Can you serve spirits too much? See, one thing I learned a long time ago is is there such thing as serving too much? I would say you don't want to get into the habit of doing that because it will be unbalanced for you. Because now you've conditioned the energy to work. You know what I'm saying? You've conditioned the energy to work at a certain pace. Now, if you can't keep up with that pace, you're screwed. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I can translate that to personalize it, and give it a human expression, then the spirit becomes super jealous. You know what I'm saying? Not super jealous, but super, how can I say this? They become greedy, right? You do something like that, you do it like that, now they're going to want that all the time. And when you can't provide it like that, now you start having problems. So you don't want to condition the spirit. The tiny gems are dope. All right, cool. How do you know if it's working? Whatever, it's zero contact. Thank you. Gun Ezili, that's not a law that I know of much. Do I believe in reincarnation? Do I believe in reincarnation? Good question. I would say I don't entertain it much, but in a sense, I believe that there's bonsoir. I believe that the higher part of the soul, the Wobo Ange, some people may call it, this is the part of us that's connected to the higher source, right? And this is the one that is universal. It is in each and every one of us, and this is what experiences different lives simultaneously, because this is the all-knowing, the omniscient part of our being that belongs to the divine creator. You know what I'm saying? So now this is part of us, but it's also not part of us. You know what I'm saying? But now we're talking about our own individual selves. Sibonge. You know what I'm saying? That's a different ball game. That remains constant. But the universal part of us goes back to the creator. One second. On parle sur des Français, mais pas toi. Je plus comprendre français que yo parler français. Mais parfois, You know, well, I'm gonna say parfois. Wait 1 second. Yeah, hold on. Can you talk about the manifesto? Wait. This right here, we got this. Oh my God, we working here tonight. We getting paid tonight. You know what I'm saying? Fan club, thank you. I'm still learning. I'm glad you're still learning. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, yeah. Can you talk about the manifestation, manifestation of working with the intranquil spirits as a marionette, Onima Sola, wandering Jew, when it's compatible, when you are compatible and either serving them or sending them out? See, what I say this, marionette, wandering Jew, Anima Sola, they're all separate. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, I recommend that you serve and work with them separately, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're pissing these spirits off. You know, I mean, listen, they're all these spirits are different, but they pretty much have a similar manifestation. You know what I'm saying? They're there to torment the individual to bring them back to you. That's what they do. You know, that's pretty much what they do. You know, you really won't be able to, well, I would say this. If you want to get into the slight differences, definitely with Anima Sola and Marinette, you're going to see fire. You know, you're definitely going to see fire. But it all depends on how you work with it. But Marinette mainly, you know, fire is something that they offer to her a lot. You know, in Haiti, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not even gonna speak on that, because I don't need no violation for me saying what I'm saying. The next thing you know, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you know, he's talking about animal cruelty. No. I'm not gonna y'all not gonna catch me on that one. So what do I feel? Juan Nova asked me, what is my thoughts on Palo Mayombe? Yo pienso que Palo Mayombe es un powerful tradition, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a very powerful tradition, man. You know what I'm saying? Muy poderoso, right? Here it goes. Let me explain something to you. Palo Mayombe is very, from what I've seen and the people I've spoken to, Palo Mayombe is a very scientific tradition. And now, I'm not saying that I'm a tata or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Soy un haitiano with knowledge from the things that I've seen and things that I've witnessed, being around certain people that were into the tradition. Like, listen, it's a science. When you're looking at the fermas, the patipimbas, whatsoever, this is a complex science. And sometimes I would even say that these fermas, these symbols of these spirits in Palo Mayombe, are more intricate than the veves of Vodou. See, a brother recently asked me, right? You know what I'm saying? A Dominican brother. We were talking about this because I remember years ago, I spoke about the langage loi, right? Le langage des veves. Now, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? The idioma or the language of the veve. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at these symbols, you know, the veves, the symbols of the spirits. There's a language in that. And when you're able to see how these things, what they mean, sometimes the meaning of the symbol explains to you what it's about, right? But now, in Palo Mayombe, it's different. I mean, maybe slightly different, but it's more complicated in details because you got your plus and negatives, you have your directions. So it's like a message being conveyed through the symbol, right? See, where Vodou, yes, we have symbols, but it's not as complicated as Palo Mayombe, right? Palo Mayombe is a very deep tradition that's very structured and organized. See, for me being from a Vodou background, it's different because you have renegades You know what I'm saying? Such as myself. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are doing their own thing whatsoever, where Palo Mayombe has in order and structure. You know what I'm saying? Was it the Rastrata or something? I forgot what they call it. But basically, the person has to recite who their elder is, their lineage, and stuff like that. Where Voodoo is not that complicated. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy down the street, one out down the street, he's doing whatever fucker he's on. Then you got Jidit, you know what I'm saying? She got her stuff she going on. So everybody doing their own thing in Voodoo, right? So it's not that organized and structured like Palo. But again, Palo Mayombe, I got the utmost respect for it. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? So let's see what we got going on here. Serious question. Is it New Orleans Voodoo and Haiti Voodoo a lot different? Hold on. Okay. Serious question. Isn't New Orleans Voodoo and Haiti Voodoo a lot different? Like I heard New Orleans Voodoo is more witchcrafty, while Haiti Voodoo is more religious based. Now, let me explain something to you. From what I've seen so far, I would say they may have a lot of similarities, but I would say that Haitian Voodoo is more structured. You know what I'm saying? And it really depends. Well, I take that back, because if I say that, it contradicts what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Haitian Voodoo, like I said, everybody's doing their own thing, but there is some form of structure. When you're talking about société, there is a structure. It's more structured in a sense because there's strict policies in play. Well, it all depends on where you are. But I would say they may function similarly, but because Haiti's situation has been around so long and it's part of the culture and deeply entrenched into the culture, I would say it's more structured and possibly more potent because it's so ingrained in the culture. It's not like America where it's one or two people or this little section here. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the whole country that's like that. You know what I'm saying? But again, that we're speaking of Voodoo in the past tense. You know what I'm saying? I'm only speaking of it from the time period that I was there. See, now all this gang stuff has got incorporated. You know what I'm saying? I can only speak of this in past tense. Hello, Miss P. Long time no see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, I can only speak of it in past tense. You know, yeah. So I'd say on that. What is this? They say, hold on. They say, okay, can you talk about spiritual realm? Do you use money? Do you use spirit money? No, I don't use spirit money. You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, I've seen spirit money in a lot of Western stuff, not Western, a lot of American magic and stuff like that, and Asian magic. Nah, we just use regular money. You know what I'm saying? But yes, some spirits do accept certain forms of money. Like a lot of Haitians don't want no Haitian money. You know what I'm saying? They want American money. I mean, that sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some spirits want the cream of the crop. They want the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, they on some, man, your Haitian dollars, that's not good enough for me. I want American money. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it all depends on what spirit you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the spirits I serve, they don't want Haitian money. They want American money. Who do I recommend to do readings today? I mean, outside of my staff, who do I recommend? Man, it's lonely at the top, man. Who do I recommend? I mean, oh man, people that's it all depends what style. It all depends on what style, because I would recommend, Yesenia Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? I would recommend her, Santa Yesenia Rodriguez. Again, it all depends on the style. You know what I'm saying? Arabian Conjure, I would recommend her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on the style that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? because different people do different forms of, readings and stuff like that, and I will say myself, because I hate doing readings. I'm good at it, but I hate doing them. Yeah, I'm just on some, I would recommend those people. Man, it's not too many people around. What was this? Who else, man? There was a young lady I'm not on Facebook with her anymore. I forgot her name, but she used to do readings online too. But there's a lot of women out here. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out here that's doing their thing, man. They're doing their readings and stuff like that, man. But I don't know, close people, a lot of people around me, they do work? You know what I'm saying? They focus on work, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like back in the day when I was on Facebook like that, I could just, look at people, what they doing, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or people that I really associate with. I'm not really associated with readers like, oh, what they call her again? What they call sis again? She's a good reader. Hold on. Meg Allen, Laugh Tarot, something like that. She's on. Yeah, she's on. What's the name, man? Hold on. 1 second. Live Love Tarot or something of that sort. Live Love Tarot on TikTok. She's pretty good. I know her personally. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty good. Live Love, Laugh Tarot or something like that. She's on TikTok. Oh, you love the video with Shireen? Yeah. Arabian Conjure. Yes. She dope, man. What we got going on here? All right. Love your advice. Thank you. What is this? I feel like the spirit world is where the party is really at. Okay, what we got going on here, man? So you know what? Listen. I did enough here tonight. So listen, I'm about to go on I'm about to spread the love on Instagram for a sec, you know what I'm saying? So listen, if Instagram dead, I'm going to come back on TikTok, but I'm about to go spread some love on Instagram. You know, 600, okay. What is this? Okay, well, that's cool. All right, let's see what TikTok got to offer, man. Instagram got to offer. Hold on. Let's see what Instagram got to offer. Hold on. That's cool. Yeah, let's see what they got to offer. Yeah. Okay, all right, okay. So what does it say here? I feel like the spirit world is where the party is really at and where it's really fun and a lot of life. But the white man try to make us think death is something bad so we can always come back. Brother, you're talking about some mind-bending shit, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not trying to even get into, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm enjoying my life, you know what I'm saying? Death is great. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, man. It is what it is, but I enjoy my life right here. I'm going to enjoy my life to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? Death is cool, very interesting, but I'm going to enjoy my life here on earth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hear you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to go party in the afterlife? Well, don't accelerate to the afterlife, man. I'm thinking Jackie Mackie, what? I'm thinking about, you know what? You got your picture up there. I don't know if you want your picture exposed. I don't want to do that. I'll read your question. I don't know. I'll just put up here. What I'm going to do? I'm tripping, man. And saying, hello there. Good evening. Welcome to the show. It's a Q&A where you ask your questions, revolve around spiritual topics. You know what I'm saying? Witchcraft, you know what I'm saying? And I will give you my response to that. So, yeah. Let's see what we got here. You think about getting a demonic honey jar, will it be strong after see each other versus seeing each other? What it says, will it be strong after we see each other versus before seeing each other? Nah, I'm just like, it's one of those things you got to have an eye for. See, when you're doing love magic in general, it's something that you got to have an eye for, right? Because the thing is, there's going to be certain things that's going to stand out to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you finish doing a love work, you're saying something of that nature. Now it's more of in a sense of giving it time, because now you want to see how this thing begins to manifest. But I would say don't look for it. You'll just naturally see that the person begins to do things a little different. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. Hold on. Give me my smokes. I'm not on TikTok anymore. 1 second. One second. Yeah, one sec. One sec, guys. One sec, guys. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. So fucking stain up my goddamn table. Yeah, here we are. Oh. Yeah. 1 second. So we don't stain up my table, man. Oh, where's my smokes at, man? Oh, okay. How do we? 1 second. Hold on. Let me get my smokes. Okay, all right. We got a nice one. We got a nice little flavor. Kicking new flavor in your ears, man. Yeah. We have my little drink here. You know what I'm saying? Sipping a little Cristal, just joking. Okay. Yo, peace. Thank you for checking these people about paying money for initiation, spirit pots. I mean, versus being trained by your own family, actual family. A lot of people got the real people confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, my message is very controversial. You know what I'm saying? It definitely makes a lot of people angry. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I got a whole temple mad at me right now because of some of the stuff I be saying. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a very controversial person. I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers. You know, I don't pull any punches. Okay. I came from YouTube. Okay, so how do we book a reading with you? You got to go on the website. The information for the website is over there. You can find it linked here. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, if you're talking about reading, go for the consultation, the consultation. Don't go for lesson. Excuse me. No, excuse me. Why I say consultation? Go for lesson. The lesson is basically, that's where we're doing what you would call a reading. But the consultation, that's just for us to talk, whatever, discuss whatever case that you have or you want to get done, right? People paid money for bracelets and whatnot. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta pay for your charms. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to get it done. Okay. I, a sorcerer, say he is a spirit that does work. He said he doesn't outsource work to other spirits. Do you know what that means? That sounds a little complicated right there. Hold on. He said that spirit that does work, said doesn't outsource work to other spirits. Do you know what that he means? I don't even know what you mean by what you wrote. Sorry about that. I have a question. What is? Okay, yes, I'm listening. Okay, so it's Sunny Honey. I have a question. As a parent, would you advise a parent to work on their child to open up their ride or open success in the future? What's your opinion and thoughts on that? I would say this. I'm not a parent first and foremost, but a road opener couldn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing negative. If anything, it's going to guide someone in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with doing a road opener. It's not that, it's not something that I say that, it will be a problem. Like there's certain things that I would, say, yeah, they gotta be of age. I don't want no, person that's not of under 18, getting involved in this stuff. So I'd say make sure they're of age and just let them know what to expect. But basically, positive stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, what we have here. Okay, let's see. Woo. Do the main law in your court change? Some people would say yes, some people would say no, but I've been with the same law that my family been serving. For example, so we have Sonny says, for example, my son played college football, but I want him to be noticed by higher scouts. What would you recommend? I mean, listen, listen, he needs something to monter, something to lift him, to be seen. Oh, I get what you're saying. Get him a piece of jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Get him a piece of jewelry that's been spiritually, mounted so that he can be recognized. Okay, like that. I get what you're saying. My fault. I think he might be doing work using astral projection. That's fantasy stuff, man. Doing work using astral projection. I hear you, but that's a little fantasy, man. What we got going on here? The cacique of president of Cafura Santo Domingo, when the army told me don't synchronize using Kinsi. I mean, that's probably what, you probably would be good for you not to do that. Keep it clean, keep it orderly and structured. Okay. Oh, look at all this. Man, you got a lot of questions coming up here. For example, I read that one right there. Okay. He said he didn't use Orisha or Loa. I don't know. You're kind of confusing, man. What's the biggest challenge that you experience doing work for people here in America? Is the lack of patience. That if there was a challenge that I have with doing work for people in America, right, is their patience, because a lot of people think this shit happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not, they're not experiencing this. They think when you do something, it's going to happen within a couple of days. You're welcome, Delta Wave. Do I like sushi? Who the hell is asking that question right there? Do I like sushi? Sushi's good, but because of the rice, I don't want to eat it too much. Once in a while, I eat sushi. Sushi is good. Okay. I got some work done in Haiti. One day, almost 3 months ago, and the other a little bit over a week. I don't see results though. Should I forget or take it as an L? I saw the pics and videos of it being done. See, this is something I'm talking about. You see, Chanel, someone just asked me, what is my hardest issue with doing work in America, right? Let me see something. And I said, it's the lack of, patience. A lot of people, they do work they think it's supposed to happen in a week. Come on, listen. This is what I just said to this client. This is not a client. This is what I said to this person on Instagram. They asked me, what's my hardest issue when it comes to doing work for people in America, right? I said impatience, right? So this is what I read a seconds later, right? This is what, this person right here. I got work done in Haiti. One day, well, I don't know, almost 3 months ago, and the other a little bit over a week. I don't see results though. Should I forget it and take it as an L? I saw pics and videos of it being done. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Listen, patience is very important, right? Because depending on what it is, I mean, listen, I tell people from the door, if you're looking for overnight results, I can't help you, because things like this take time. It takes time. Listen, someone do work for you. You can't expect for like that shit to happen overnight. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, this stuff takes time. So How long does that take? I don't have time for you. You know, meaning I don't have time to give you. I don't create time. I'm not God. I'm not the creator. So what I can just say to you in regards to that is communication is key. You're saying the spiritual should be talking to you like, okay, what to expect. Like before I start with any work for any client, I have a detailed, elaborate conversation. You're saying in this detailed, elaborate conversation, I tell them, you know, of what to expect, right? And I say, listen, you know, this thing can take some time, depending on what the situation is. You know, nobody can really give you an exact time frame. Some people will lie to you because they want to gain money from you, and they'll tell you anything. You know, I don't work like that. You know, I'll tell a person that, listen, you know, from what I've seen from this experience, this is what I've seen. And sometimes we can guesstimate or, you know, estimate based off our previous experiences, but that's really how, as far as we can go. We can't give you a definite date and time. Anyone that gives you a date and time is a motherfucking liar. Yeah, they're liars. You know, that's one thing that pisses me off when these guys be trying to make it seem like, oh, you know, I can tell you when this is going to happen, when this is not. No, you're a liar. You lying. That just pissed me off, man, because I know a lot of these guys out here, y'all playing with this, man. You know, a lot of people out here, they're playing with this spiritual stuff. You know, when you get into the game of witchcraft, that's something I take serious, man. You know, these guys out here, you know what? I started to get a little hot and tempered. But as far as that's concerned, again, you don't want to be waiting in vain, you know, for the work. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people do be on bullshit. And that's another factor that you got to take consideration. You know what I'm saying? People do be on bullshit. But again, sometimes you may think that it's not working, and then all of a sudden, boom, it turned around and hit. But you don't want to be waiting in vain. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on what work you got done, hun. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what type of work you got done. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're around the person, if you're not around the person, because it also can be you. You're not paying attention. See, you want one thing, but there's also other things that should be part of that contract. See, when I talk to people, I let them know that you got a contract, and in this contract, this is what's going to happen. So even if we doing love magic, if I'm doing love work for somebody, you know, say if I'm doing love work for somebody, and let's just say that target is messing around, they get broken up, that's part of the deal too. They may not come around you, but that doesn't mean that they are restricted from the punishment that comes with their infidelity. You forgetting about that. You probably just looking for that person to come back to you, but you're not understanding that the rules is in motion. The rules is in effect. That should let you know right there that is working. You may not have gotten, or you may not get what you want at the moment, but if you've seen that person get fucked over, that means that shit is working. At least that's my policy. Delta wave, I'm about to get at that right there. Hold on. All don't forget before you do something for you to have deal with another spirit. In IFA, they say Olodumare does not directly intervene with human life. Being a Boko, what is your experience? Listen. Let me clarify that, because it's the same way in Voodoo, right? You know, hold on. Let me say something. See, let me not say it's the same, but we kind of have the same concept in Voodoo, right? You know, you hear it, bon Dieu al travail, labre les bon Dieu. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, basically, ma cherche fait sentir bon pour mal. What was this? Tous les jours, y'a les bon Dieu al travail, y'a les bon Dieu. Ma cherche fait sentir bon pour faire magie à marcher. What does that mean? Okay, here. Yeah. So in a song, this is why it's very crucial to know the language, because in the songs, they're giving you hidden messages, right? Let me sing that again. For those of you that like when I sing Voodoo songs, right? Tous les jours, y'a les bon Dieu al travail, y'a les bon Dieu. Ma cherche fait senti bon pour faire marcher à marcher. You know what I'm saying? Basically, yo, it's telling you God has went to work. They're saying, oh God, you're saying they're praying to God, but God has went to work. So I'm going to find my roots and herbs to make the magic work. So I can't depend on this mystery God because he's not here. So basically, I'm going to go to work and do my magic because God does not exist in the Vodou world. See, let me explain that a little bit deep, right? See, that's when we talk about bon Dieu, grand architect la, right? The architect, the grand architect, right? Oh, hold on, one second. You about to get me in my shit. Hold on. We about to get this shit right. Hold on. We about to get into this. Let's say connaissance. We about to do connaissance. You know what I'm saying? We about to talk about the grand, la grand architect, yo. You know what I'm saying? La grand architect. See, I'm about to give it to y'all like this, man. We gotta hold our framing square up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Hiram, well, I'm not gonna say that. That's a little bit too deep for you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? But I will have my framing square here because I am a former builder. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to use a framing square in a practical sense. You know, basically making stairs to basically finding pictures on roofs, cutting birds' mouths and everything. So yes, I'm a former carpenter, right? But what I'm going to hold here, you know, basically I'm holding this here because we're talking about bon Dieu, la grand architect, you know what I'm saying? The grand architect, right? See, when we say bon Dieu, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We mean that the existence of God is hidden, right? Not to say that his power is not in the world, right? We have, let's just say this. The power of God is what y'all call, you know what I'm saying? Y'all call Ashe, if I'm correct, in IFA, right? See, God may not manifest you in front of your face, but his energy is manifested through situations that you experience in life, right? See, when God's energy is flowing in the right direction or in the positive direction, you find blessings, you find abundance, right? Now, when God's energy goes in a dark place and we can move that energy, that's when you find the nonsense. That's when you find the bad luck. That's when you find a lot of misery, right? Because this can go evil or God's manifestation. That's why in the scripture they say, I am the Lord. I create evil in the land. What is this? I create darkness and I create light. I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? So when I say this, you may not see the creator, but the creator's power is in everything. You're saying the Ashe is in everything, right? We don't necessarily have a word like Ashe in Vodou. We can say puissance, his power. You know what I'm saying? Pouvoir. You know what I'm saying? His authority. Yeah. So that's what that is. That's not to say that there isn't a supreme force behind the things that we see in the world. It may not be a man in the sky whatsoever. But yes, we can look at it as events occurring, right? Non-stop. Some events may be good, some events may be bad. See, it's like black magic, right? Let me explain something to you. Some people burn black candles. And what you see the manifestation of the black candles. What's happening? You're channeling energy into a negative force. You know, you're channeling this energy into, let's just say, you know what? See, now we about to go very deep. See, now you about to get me into, you know, Cabala. You know what I'm saying? You about to get me into Cabala, right? See, you got to look at the 10 animations of Tetragrammaton like this. See, now y'all about to make me break out the work, man. See, I'm just saying, y'all guys don't understand this, man, because now we can look at the tree of life in Kabbalah to break this thing down. See, God, la grand architect, is what they call iron soft, right? See, no, yeah, iron, the hidden, and you have iron soft, fire. The 3 layers of darkness. My shit, come on, man. See, y'all want me to, y'all calling me out to get deep. So I'm going to take y'all there, right? See, here goes. In Kabala, you have the tree of life, right? And you have the animation of God, right? Which is the manifestation of the 3 worlds, Absolute, Yetzirah, no, not the 3 worlds, but the 4 worlds, Absolute, Yetzirah. You know what? I'm not going to confuse that. I'm talking too much, right? Right. So yes, you said it. Iron Sofaru, right? Now, God is always going to be in the hidden realm. But what you find is that God's light is projected through the 10 animations or the 4 worlds. So it starts up in the spirit world and it manifests down here into the earthly world. But if we're talking about God, he exists in the realm of the unseen, the nothingness. Nothingness. So in Vodou is saying that God does not exist. IFA is saying that God does not exist, right? But what they're mystically saying is that God is undetectable. He's unseen. He's the unmanifested. But his light and power is spread throughout the world, right? So getting back to the practicality of magic. The light does not discriminate. You know what I'm saying? It does not discriminate because it can flow into Givor, the war, the manifestation of the animation of war. And what is the other one besides Tiferet? I forgot. That's Chesed, love, right? In the Kabbalah, the Kabbalistic tree, you have the war side, which is Gevora, and you have the right side, which is Chesed, right? You have the left side of the tree and you have the right side of the tree. God's light can flow into Chesed, and you have the penalty, you have destruction. Where on the right side, you have love, peace, and charity. Charity. See, I'm just saying, God's light can go either direction, but that doesn't mean that God does not exist. But anyway, excuse me. It's crazy, right? I said God doesn't exist, God exists. But let's just take it like this. God has a manifestation of light that is prevalent in everything. That's what I would say. That's the best way that I can correct that. Yeah. Yeah, y'all had to make me break out the work, man. You say, y'all made me go deep, man. You say, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You guys are children. You guys are children. Simon. You know what I'm saying? All right, this one little guy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it like this. All right, this one little Haitian kid, man. Moshe, I had to tell him. See, listen, I'll say it like this. You are a kid. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not going to give anybody no clout. To that little Haitian boy over there, right? I just broke down something deep. See, this is what I'm saying. When I say that you are a kid, you don't have understanding. Like, bruh, you are a religious little kid. You don't have understanding. Say, grand moun ka pale. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that type of knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? So know your role, man. You still a kid. There's levels to this. So go shake your ass and dance somewhere. Boy. Simon. But anyway, yeah. Well, we good with that, yo. One second. What we have here? Oh, wow. One second. Europeans use it today a lot, but they subcontract to Black African origin. What we have here? I mean, listen. I mean, that's... Yeah, what we have here? Oh, what we have here? Well, let me go back. Do you have a fuck around and find out ritual for people messing with you, known and unknown? That goes with the street sweeper ring. That's a street sweeper ring, definitely. That's a street sweeper ring. The fuck around and find out ritual. Masonry, that sounds like masonry. I mean, listen, like I said, I come from a background that's mixed. If you're Haitian or Dominican, you know this, that a lot of people, right? The elders from the 50s, the elders from the 60s, a lot of them were Vaudouisans, but they also had their degrees in Masonry. So for me, I'm like this. I'm not going to say what it is, but I will definitely say that my family had a strong influence in Masonry, whatsoever. So yes, that's a whole nother degree of understanding, but that's not something that, that I'm into, but I would definitely say the influence is there from my family. Okay, wait, let me fix this right here. Hold on. Great question. Okay, what is this here? I noticed that love work hits the emotional waves with hot and cold phases. Some people lose faith because of that. Can you speak on why this happens? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I can speak on why this happens. Let me see this girl. This girl look cute right here. Let me see. Oh, she look cute. What? She fine. That girl right there, you know what I'm saying? That girl, Brittany, oh, she fine, you know what I'm saying? All right, look at it. I know you was going in when we need that fire. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, people be sleeping because I be doing a lot of makakri, you know what I'm saying, simagri online. They be thinking because I be doing jokes and whatever that, that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I can easily click that. You know what I'm saying? I can easily click that. You know what I'm saying? So, Bucko, your videos are fire. Always spitting, always talking truth. Thank you. Okay, right? We have a question, right? This is a paid question. I've noticed love work hits in emotional. What we have here? I've noticed that love work hits in emotional waves with hot and cold phases. Some people lose faith because of that. Can you please, can you speak on why this happens? Okay, all right. Oh, thank you. Listen, if you're Haitian, African, right? You've probably seen movies, but mainly for my Haitians. There's an old producer by the name of Gonel Latius, right? He made a lot of sitcoms. I think he still does it today, right? He made a lot of shows, especially you can watch them on YouTube. Unfortunately, they're not in English, right? Very difficult, right? To translate Haitian Creole. But what I will share with you is that in his shows, in movies, and you may find this in African movies as well, is that they give you a display of how magic works and how it affects people, like love magic, how it affects people you do it on, right? And what you find in these movies is that they give you a realistic view of it working at one point in time, and then all of a sudden, another moment, it stops working, right? So like in one show, I think was Madon Bordet, right? One of his episodes, Madon Bordet, you had a guy that had a Haitian woman put a love spell on. So one moment he'd be like, oh my God, oh yeah. Baby, yes. And all of a sudden, something just snaps him out of it. Whether it's a smell, something just snaps him out of it, right? And he goes back to his normal self. But what happens again is that there's phases where they kick back in. And now they're back to, they're back to that drunken state. So let me put this baby here. I'm saying, let's put this down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they go back into their normal state. You know what I'm saying? And why does that happen, right? Because you're trying to force someone to be with you that doesn't want to be with you, right? They have a will to choose and select. Now you're basically giving them artificial emotions to be with you. So at times, you may do something that may snap them out of it, right? You snap them out of it. Whether it's something that you say, you argue with them, and all of a sudden, whatever you say something, it just snaps them out of it. So now they're in anger mode and it's blocked up, right? Now it could be also that the person you're trying to do it on, let's just say they're a cheater. And it is their nature go out and sleep with multiple women. And now you put this restraint against them. So you may say the spell isn't working. No, they just got that nature of I'm going to go sleep with other women. So now they go out there and do what they do. But now you're wondering if the spell is working or not. I mean, it all depends on if they're punished or not. You know what I'm saying? But you got to take into consideration the person. That's why I always say the easiest target is the best target. You don't want to get a target that's strong-willed and they're into a lot of fuckery. You want to get the person that's the easiest target. That's like how I choose work today. I go for the easiest cases. I'm not going after no hard long-term work. I'm trying to smooth sail. That's the page I'm on today. I'm trying to smooth sail. I'm not trying to do all this hard work and stuff like that. I want the easiest cases. You know what I'm saying? You know, so your boyfriend out there doing all this fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? He violent abuse. I'm good. I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the will of the person, you know what I'm saying? It all depends. Like, but yeah, you're gonna have those hot and cold phases. Can you speak briefly on serving marionette? Oh my God, that's not living life, right? Can you speak on the benefits of a male serving marionette that's not living life the right way? I mean, listen, you gotta have some control, man, because you start getting to marionette and you don't got no discipline and control. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find yourself in a situation where, hey, you know, you're gonna get more of what you want. The more nonsense you into, the more nonsense they're gonna present in your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, hey, you know, it's all about control. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of shit are you into? Talk about serving Freda. Somebody asked me to talk about serving Freda. I don't know if it's the same person, but I got two people asking me to talk about, you know, the same thing. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, that was Kiki. I didn't even know that was Kiki. What up, Kiki? Yeah, that's my homegirl right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Kiki, what up, homegirl? But yeah, I'll get, so basically, let me go, because that's Kiki, man. I'm gonna put more into that, man. But but yeah, emotional waves, like, listen, up, again, it's like I said, it's like one moment it hits them, boom. It's almost like it's like one moment the spirit is here, because you understand the spirit can't be on a person like, you know, every single second. So one moment you may seem like this, but most of the time it's, again, it's a couple of factors. Check their attitude. What are they on? Why is there a reaction like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, why is there a reaction like that? You know, is it because they want something for you? Because again, we had a discussion. Sometimes they can get clingy too. You know what I'm saying? Because they can get clingy too. They get a little emotional. So now you ain't showing them emotional. Now they want to put up little attitudes and hissy fits, right? So yeah, sometimes it can be that the spirit is there with them, and all of a sudden they do something, the spirit moves away, and then it comes right back again. That's like the Jones. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. That's like the Jones. When I used to give the story about when the spell backfired on me, right? The way I mitigated the Jones was getting around people, becoming occupied. Sometimes, listen, the hardest thing is to do work on someone that's occupied, you're saying, that's constantly busy, because their mind is focused somewhere else. It's when the Jones really hits a person is when they're by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when they're by themselves, that's when the spirit can really work on them. But if a person constantly moving around, you're saying you're there's no threat whatsoever, they're going to be in their right frame of mind. As soon as you step away from them, they feel threatened. They can't even work. Yeah, but that's another story though. But somebody asked me, can I talk about Freda, right? Ezili Freda, that is the goddess of love. That is a spirit that gave me a lot of bitches and the hoes back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me stop talking like that. But yeah, Ezili Freda, man, I'm telling you, people like, yo, why Atlanta got so many light-skinned females? I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't Haitian, you know what I'm saying? If you Haitian, you know what that's all about. You know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm saying? People like, yo, why Atlanta got so many light-skinned women in his life? You know what I'm saying? See, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be like, yo, every woman that Lil and I get with, you know what I'm saying, it's been light-skinned females. I had a nice, see, listen, it's not even like that. Because, you know, I'm just saying, it is what it is. But I had, at one point in time, I had a beautiful dark-skinned Haitian woman. Still to this day, I'm going to be like, that's the most beautiful dark-skinned woman I ever been with. And I do regret how things went down with that, because I would say that was a down ass bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? I do regret how things went, but you know what I'm saying? She fucked me over, man. She did some fool shit. You know what I'm saying? But Freda, oh, let me tell you something. Them light-skinned cuties. Oh. One second. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, man, people be like, yo, why Lil Nas got all these motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Americans, you know, American people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, you know, black American people, they be like, yo, you only fuck with light-skinned bitches. No, I'm just saying I can't help it, you know what I'm saying? That's like, thank you, HB Plug, for the sticker. Thank you. Vagabondcite. I'm saying, oh, thank you. See, oh, one second. Okay, I'm gonna get back into that in a few. All right? Okay. See, Ezili Freda, right? Kiki, I got you. I'm gonna get back to that question. I didn't see that. But listen, Ezili Freda, they associate her in Haitian culture with grimel, light-skinned women, right? They associate her with grimel. You know what I'm saying? Whenever a light-skinned female come through, blonde, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's my Ezili Freda. Mulatto girl, they're going to say that's Ezili Freda, right? See, one thing people understood when they started serving Ezili, they started seeing a lot of light-skinned women coming around, you know what I'm saying? The red bones, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? On my Facebook, you guys, I'm just saying, man. Listen, you go look in the right place, you're going to see a lot of videos of girls clapping their cheeks, you know what I'm saying, on my social media accounts, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to tell you which one, though, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know, when you serve it Ezili Freda, she going to send you those light-skinned cuties, big booties and all that, you know what I'm saying? And oh, man, I'm telling you, those girls, they be so pretty, man, you just going to break a band on them, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to pop a band on her. Who remember that old song? I'm about to pop a band on her. Oh, two green men like got Ezili Freda in their head. I'm just saying that's what it is. See, Ezili Dontor is associated with dark-skinned women. You know what I'm saying? But see, Ezili Freda, see, the thing about it is, I chose Ezili Dontor is one of those females you want to be serious with, right? You know, you want a family and stuff like that. See, Freda, I fuck with Freda because, you know, Freda, she don't care, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got your bitches, you know what I'm saying? All right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You go fuck your bitches and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And she'll send me a female, the female be like, listen, I don't care if you got other bitches and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm just saying, I fuck with Ezili Freda because, you know what I'm saying? She ain't on that weak emotional shit. But Ezili Freda's on the tip of, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be dealing with one of my women, you know what I'm saying, that I send you, you're going to make sure you take care of her. So you're going to find yourself, you know what I'm saying, breaking a band on a light-skinned bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you. See, when you're dealing with Ezili Freda, that's how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with an Ezili Freda girl wearing pink and all that pretty stuff, you know what I'm saying? You have to spend some money because Ezili Freda got expensive taste. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got expensive taste. Now, I'm going to tell you, man, Ezili Freda, man, I'm telling you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Ezili Freda loved my father. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what my father. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Nope. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I started to say something when my father rest in peace. I'm not going to say what I was about to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. But I'll just say, Ezili Freda runs heavy in my family. Ezili Freda runs heavy in my family. So don't be mad. You know, say y'all females out here be like, oh, you know, he only fuck with light-skinned bitches. I'm just saying, I can't help it. When you got Ezili Freda, you know what I'm saying, walking with you, Ezili Freda in your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Ezili Freda is naturally going to send them light-skinned women. That's it. You can't help it. She going to send them light-skinned women whether you like it or not. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Do not disrespect Ezili Freda, right? Do not. See, the thing is, we have Chamlois, right? Chamlois is the room of the spirit, right? Let me give you a story. Oh man, I'm a shorten this shit for you. Oh, I'm gonna shorten this shit for you. Because I'm probably gonna have to give you guys this story on a story time, right? But I'll give it to you here. Years ago, there was this dark-skinned female that came over my house, right? This dark-skinned female, I'm telling you, thick, this and that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We end up smashing. Now, we both fell asleep, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I busted my nut, you're like, I just fell asleep, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, I went to sleep with her in the bed, right? Now, this is the room that I have for Ezili Freda. The rule is really, you can only fuck light-skinned bitches in this room. You hear the story? Listen. The rule is, if you're gonna bring some bitches in here, you better make sure they light-skinned. What I do, I bring a dark-skinned female in the room, not thinking nothing, right? So anyhow, I finish smashing, and all of a sudden I go to sleep. I dream of this location, right? I think it was a field and everything. I described this location. But anyway, I saw this girl that I'm sleeping with. She was dressed in black, right? What ended up happening was weeks down the line, her father ended up dying. And what happened was, the place that I described to her was what I seen in the dream the night I slept with her. Because I told her I had a dream. Before the funeral happened, I woke up and I told her, listen, I had a dream, man. I had a dream. I saw you dressed like this and I saw you with some people and this is a location. Now, I don't know what this is all about. Weeks later, she says, yo, the dream you told me about, that was the funeral whatsoever, you know what I'm saying, that I just came from. So that's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do not disrespect these spirits. So if you got a room for Ezili, don't talk. You know what I'm saying? You bring dark-skinned women up in there. Don't. Because listen, again, maybe that's how Ezili functions with us, the Ezili's function with our family. But you don't bring no light-skinned female in Ezili Dontor's room. Definitely don't do that, especially if you're going to smash. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, there's just some spirits out there that's on some, yeah, they got their rules and regulations. There's some spirits, you can't smash in the room with them. You know what I'm saying? Ezili Freda, I'm talking about, yeah, slurping and burping, sloppy head, yeah, all that spitting slaver. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, you don't want a bitch to throw up her last meal, though. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, man. Yeah, I'm just saying there's rules and regulations. Some spirits you can get down and get some females up in there, you know what I'm saying? And there's females, some spirits you can't do that with. You know what I'm saying? Marinette is one of those spirits, she don't tolerate that shit. I don't care if, you know, what female. You don't bring no female around. You know what I'm saying? Marinette is one of those lois. You got to keep her separate. You don't bring no other females around. I remember this one female, I'm going to tell you, man. This one bitch, you know what I'm saying? She came over my house, you know what I'm saying? And I told this bitch, yo, like, I don't know how it was, but we was outside and she ended up opening, she went to open, like she saw me go in the closet. Because I used to have, for a lot of you people that I used to see, I used to have a closet where I used to keep Marinette stuff, right? And I told her, when I came over, don't touch the closet. Like, I don't know, something like that. Because she saw me come out and she tried to open it. I said, don't. And she ended up opening the closet anyway. After I pushed the door closed and I tried to keep it closed, she ended up opening it. The bitch opened up the closet door and she fucking stares. Don't you know when she fucking left my house, she got into a fucked up accident, fucking totaled her car and everything. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm just saying, man, you know, the spirits will provide you with women, but you gotta understand, some spirits, they not, you know, they not with that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you serve the servant that the women that they send to you. You know what I'm saying? Some spirits are like, yo, fuck that. You know, you go fuck that bitch somewhere else. You don't bring her around my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. But anyway, what Kiki say here? Yeah. Is the tree, what is this? Is the tree, okay, is the tree Klipoth completely separate from the tree of life? Or is it basically what you were just speaking on? See, the Klipoth, you have to go into the, what is this? The Zohar. One of the books of the Zohar, they talk about, if I'm correct, the Zohar talks about this. They talk about before the creation of the universe, there was an animation, right? The animations before the Sephira we have today, the 10 animations of God, there were a previous one, right? The previous one could not maintain the light. So there was a world before this. See, there was a universe before this universe, according to Kabala, right? The light of Ein Sof flowed into that universe. And what happened was, it wasn't strong enough to contain the light. And what happened was the shards broke, right? So the shards that broke fell into the abyss. And the abyss is somewhere outside of this world, but it still has ability to interact with this world, right? Some people may say that we are the shards that fell from grace, but then some people would say the most common belief is that the shards are demons, right? They're the broken vessels that fell into the creation. But there's so many views of it. But some people will say that there is a Sephira, or an animation of God, that is the unholy tree or something of that sort, a tree of knowledge, right? So if you're talking about black magic, you can look at the animations in that level too. You know, basically, when you're doing black magic, you can say, oh, well, this animation of God flows through here. So you got the whole schematic of how energy works. So you can look at it as a separate tree as well, or you can look at it as basically demonic entities whatsoever. But that's a whole nother story. When working with Klipoth, be prepared to go through Doth. Some people say that. Yes, there you go. Talking about, you know, the abyss. Yes, there you go. But listen, I gave y'all guys a lot of game tonight. What we got going on here? Nous connaissons, n'a bien boissé. What about Freda? Vagabond Cité. What up? Yeah. We had a lot. We had a lot tonight, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Thank you. Well, listen, I'm going to conclude for tonight. We had a lot going on tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Instagram, deuces, yo. Yes, Facebook, YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I'm out.